8L continues moving right through the southern Gulf, and guess what? We're watching. This could be a short-lived tropical depression. Nonetheless, regardless of what happens, plan on some rain for South Texas. We watch closely here, Corpus Christi being one of those spots. And Michael, it is a weekend, so I'll tell you what, a lot of people head to the South Texas coast, and this is a time when we're going to be dealing with heavy rain at times, potential flooding, dangerous rip currents, and this is going to be up and down the coast as we look live over Corpus Christi right now. Getting ready for this, I'll give you a big view of the Atlantic Basin at this hour. We just broke down, Aaron. Let's focus in on this area right here. Notice we've got a 50% chance of development at this time. This number has gone up, but it is very close to land, so not much time, which is why I say if we get a tropical depression out of this, it will be short-lived. We could see this anywhere within this orange area here, Michael. Right now, the winds are at 30 miles per hour. It is basically dealing with a whole bunch of just rain, a whole bunch. Look how messy it is. And that rain is going to soak South Texas. They already have some flood watches in place. You can see some of those storms bubbling up. Look at those white colors there. I mean, it's a real ragged looking storm, if you will, but look at the direction that it's going and some very incredibly high tops here. Look at the enhanced satellite there, showing that we've got probably a whole bunch of lightning, some pretty deep convection, and a lot of rain with that.
Yeah, the National Hurricane Center is actually projecting this to become a tropical depression soon, but it'll be a short-lived tropical depression. Of course, we have hurricane reconnaissance, we call them our hurricane hunters, that are going to fly through this system later on this morning to drop what are called drop signs into it, just to figure out what's going on as this heads basically in the direction of South Texas, with, again, South Padre Island going to be receiving a super soaking. To your point, why we have some flood watches that are in place.
We do. We have those in place for South Texas at this hour. Here they are. They include McAllen over into Harlingen, Brownsville, South Padre Island included with that, where some of those rainfall rates could be intense for a short period of time. It does begin just in a matter of hours. You saw how it's just off the coast, moving up from the south, your direction. So just past perhaps the morning commute, you'll start to see some of the rain pick up. And then we look at Brownsville, same story for you. You get the isolated thunderstorms, rounds of heavy rain, isolated thunderstorms. Remember how these tropical systems go. They produce a ton of rain, and then you get a little bit of a break and then more rain. The winds will also pick up with this at times, 20, 30 miles per hour or so. So if you're flying into a place like Brownsville, you might, or McAllen, one of the smaller airports, you're likely to get some delays here as well. Here's a look at the rainfall rates right through Saturday. Now, come Sunday, most of this moves through, which is good news. At least it's not going to stall. We can say that.
Yeah, again, I think the second half of the weekend looks a lot better than the first half of the weekend with all that rain that's on the way.